So on that note, let's move to the startup thing when you started with all this. Okay, so I would say Shivang, सबसे पहला तो how was your journey when you were building that company, and maybe I will say कि आप अपनी जो उसमें best learnings थी, ठीक है, positive and negative, would you like to share with us? Maybe दो तीन कि दो positive दो negative.
हाँ, so positive ये है कि when I started with Metro, I mean, it was a kind of tough business to be in, right? Even before I started, I discussed with a lot of friends, right? कुछ friends से positive भी दिया, कुछ friends से negative भी दिया because of the complexity of the sort. Because you are competing with TikTok, right? And TikTok, as we say, is a very polished product. So be able to
Correct.
compete. बहुत लोगों ने negative दिए थे कि आप you'll not be able to compete with it. TikTok is such a massive scale, right? And such a beautiful product. How can you be as a single person or a two members team? How be able to achieve that? तो बहुत सारे नेगेटिव्स भी आते हैं. तो आई वुड से कि आप पूरे आप स्टार्ट तो करो कुछ चीज के लिए. पूरी जर्नी होने वाली है, कॉम्प्लेक्स होने वाली है. सबकी समझ सबकी चिंता भी डे जीरो से करोगे तो फिर आप नहीं कर पाओगे.
Correct.
दैट्स वन
Totally
थिंग
agree.
कि आपको स्टार्ट करने के लिए जो ब्लॉकर्स हैं उस पर सिर्फ काम करो, और
Correct.
बाकी के जो ब्लॉकर्स हैं वो इवेंचुअली विद द जर्नी दे विल गेट सॉल्व्ड. दैट्स वन
Okay.
ऑफ माय बिगेस्ट लर्निंग.
Okay.
Second,
And
second learning, second learning
hmm,
is once you are
hmm,
seeing that something is working out,
hmm.
you have to scale very quickly. You have to raise funds. You have to build a very strong team. There you cannot delay it. So that's my second learning.
Okay. Okay. And what are the negatives which you felt when you were building?
See, when things are
Maybe
not,
your personal life, you could not give that much time to yourself or something like that.
that's one thing, because of course you're so much engaged with that.
Hmm.
That's always very engaging, and kind of the time you have to give to yourself and to your family members, you
Hmm.
always kind of feel that you're not able to give it.
Hmm.
Second thing is, when things are not working as per your expectation, then you're very alone in that journey, right? If
Hmm.
things are going good and everybody's will be with you. So वो
Hmm.
journey में when you are alone, you need the support of your family members. So
Hmm.
always very transparent to your family members what my learning has been.
Okay, great. शिवांक, one more pointer again from your answer only. आपने एक चीज मेंशन करी कि you have to build a strong team, right? जो कि आपने उस जर्नी में बेसिकली किया. So, what is your approach to build a strong team? And I would say कि what is your approach? Number one, number two will be what are the qualities which you see in a person whom you consider a strong person in your team?
यार देखो, स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्सन की कोई डेफिनेशन नहीं होती, क्योंकि
Hmm.
सबसे एक दो इम्पोर्टेंट जो बेसिक
Hmm.
जो कॉमन
Hmm.
फीचर सेट कह सकते हो.
Hmm.
एक तो है कि ओनरशिप, कि इफ
हाँ हाँ.
समथिंग इज टू बी गिवन टू दैट, ही टेक्स केयर ऑफ इट एंड टू एंड. मतलब आप एक बार देने के बाद आपके माइंड में टेंशन नहीं होनी चाहिए कि वो बंदा कर लेगा. तो आपको यू शुड बी दैट फ्री, राइट?
इंडिपेंडेंटली मतलब ओनरशिप ले लेगा एंड ही विल बी
ओनरशिप.
एबल टू डिलीवर. ओके, दैट इज
हाँ,
वन क्वालिटी.
दैट्स द बिगेस्ट व्हाट आई फील. एंड सेकंड थिंग इज कि देखो, हर बंदा जो लीडर होता है, टेक का लीडर अलग जगह, अपनी जगह ऑप्स का लीडर अपनी जगह पे सही होता है. तो द थिंग इज कि somebody you have to give first of all that freedom to them as well. You cannot always freeze them or kind of narrow down their kind of activity or their kind of thoughts with your mindset, right? So you have to give that freedom to that person as well, so that they can explore their capabilities in a more kind of more independent way. That's one thing.
ओके. ओके.
uh, Secondly, somebody has to be, what I believe is, at least top leadership should be a good communicator, in the sense, at least top three, four people you are engaging in a day-to-day activity, you should be so comfortable with them that you are able to share all your kind of what you're feeling positive about it. Some of those things where you're feeling yourself vulnerable as well. So sharing your vulnerability also with your team members, something very important. You should have that kind of trust with the team members, right?
सो द कम्युनिकेशन शुड बी वेरी सॉलिड. मतलब कम्युनिकेशन आपका बहुत क्लियर होना चाहिए और
Exactly.
इट शुड बी there should be some bit of personal touch also so that you can share your
I
disappointment in
would
the
say
product
trust
also.
is a keyword for it.
Hmm.
So one thing is ownership, second is trust.
Trust. Okay. And Shivank, now when you see that growth, and now you're working on your new venture also. Okay. So what is the technology trend growth जो कि आपने देखी है पिछले 5 6 7 साल के अंदर, and how you think that technology is evolving? अब जैसे AI और generative AI, OpenAI, it's a company, so they are working so extensively, heavily on the artificial intelligence area. So what do you think, like how these technology trend is going on, और इससे future में job cut होगी या फिर और ज्यादा jobs create होंगी?
Sure. So, Rajat, since you touched base on AI and all these advanced technologies, let me
हम्म
introduce about the new startup that we've been building, Callmatic.
हम्म हम्म
So, Callmatic voice bot solution है.
हम्म
It allows business to interact with the end consumers in a more two-way kind of thing, right? So
हम्म
it's a kind of free-flowing conversation, just like we two, as a person, as a human, are talking, right? A
हम्म
bot should be able to talk to a user so freely, right? So that's what we are building,
It's a
and
great idea.
with that technology,
It's a
we are
great idea.
enabling businesses to interact with the end consumer over phone call. That's been a core idea of it.
हम्म
When we talk about India, I mean, businesses run on phone calls, right?
Correct.
We're not that sophisticated to that extent that all the masses of India just using application or technology or internet, right? Even
Hmm.
the core part of India is communicating on phone calls. So
Makes
when
sense.
we talk
बिल्कुल.
about India, it's a massive opportunity. Since you're
Hmm.
talking about AI and what as an Indian we should learn about it, and should we
Hmm.
pessimist
Hmm.
should we be pessimist about it or optimist about it?
Hmm.
I do believe. See, whenever there's always the new was like we should be pessimist about it or be more positive about it. I would say
Hmm.
whenever there is some emerging technologies that shapes a global order, right? We see a switch in the kind of opportunities, right? So there'll be certain kind of jobs or certain kind of workload which will get reduced, and there will be
Hmm.
new opportunities be opened up. So I would say you don't have to worry as long as you are a part of the new mainstream technology that's shaping the world,
Hmm.
right? So here,
Hmm.
what we say is when we are talking about AI or AI, ML, whatever the latest technologies are, if you become a
Hmm.
part of it, there's nothing to be
Hmm.
worried about. So
Okay. Okay.
all you need is to be well versed about the new technologies and proactively keep on exploring what next can be built on top of it and what how you can contribute to such a technology.
Right. Acha Shivank, one more question. It would be more about your setbacks, right? So, as a startup founder, what are the setbacks you feel, and how you handled those setbacks? जबकि आपको बहुत लगा होगी यार, it's a big disappointment for me, and then how you handle that?
यार मेरी लर्निंग है, देखो आप कुछ भी कर रहे होगे, आप 100 चीजें कर रहे होगे, यू विल गेट सक्सेस इन
Hmm.
वन ऑफ दिस, राइट? तो
Hmm.
99 तो आपको पता है वैसे ही आपको फेलियर मिलना है, तो
Hmm.
कीप ऑन वर्किंग ऑफ दोस वन सक्सेस, राइट? दैट कैन
Oh,
शेप योर
you
लाइफ.
already accept that subconsciously so that it should not affect directly. Okay.
एग्जैक्टली वो
Okay.
माइंडसेट
Okay.
रहना चाहिए कि 99 फेलियर्स आपको मिलने ही मिलने हैं, 1% ही
Hmm.
सक्सेस मिलना है. अगर आप
Hmm.
माइंडसेट के साथ काम करोगे तो आपको दुख होगा, प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी, बट
Hmm.
एटलीस्ट यू आर एबल टू मिटिगेट दैट.
ओके. ओके. ग्रेट. सो साइकोलॉजिकली आपको कहीं ना कहीं रेडी रहना है बेसिकली. मतलब यू
हाँ,
शुड नॉट
आई
टेक इट
वाज
एज अ सरप्राइज.
Yes, I was in fact hearing one of these speeches of Rahul Dravid during, I mean, he was invited in NESCOM.
हाँ.
He said that even if you see the track record of the world's best batsman, Sachin Tendulkar, right?
हम्म
अगर आप कहते हो सक्सेस किसको मिलते हैं, 50 मारते हो तो सक्सेस बोलते हो, तो सचिन का भी जो
हम्म
50 का ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड होगा लेस देन 5%, राइट?
ट्रू.
तो 95%
ट्रू.
परसेंट तो उसको भी फेलियर ही मिल रहा है ना.
करेक्ट. करेक्ट. हाँ, दैट्स अ ग्रेट एग्जांपल टू जस्टिफाई दिस. मतलब दैट नथिंग कैन बी बेस्ट एग्जांपल देन दैट बिकॉज
एग्जैक्टली
इंडिया रन्स फॉर क्रिकेट.
एग्जैक्टली. और
ओके.
व्हेन यू द वर्ल्ड्स बेस्ट बैट्समैन, यार उसको 95%
हाँ.
फेलियर मिल रहा है.
Okay, great. Acha, Shivank, now I would, before moving towards the conclusion, I would maybe थोड़ी और थोड़ी इस बारे में बात करते हैं. So if you go back to yourself, let's say when you were starting your company Mitro, okay, if you can go back in time at the same time when you were starting that company, so what would be the changes which you will make as an entrepreneur in yourself?
Uh, okay, so it's a tough question,
Or
but
what advice you will give? I would say, what advice you will give to yourself if you go back when you were starting that company? Time travel.
Yeah, see, it's very simple. I mean, straightforward. When you look things from the hindsight, right?
Hmm.
You know exactly when the problem statement was and what different could have done to be able to solve those problem statements, right? But I do believe, see, there is no point. I mean, I'm always a firm believer कि आप बैक जाके कुछ देख रहे हो उसका कोई सेंस बनता नहीं है. तो always
अच्छा, आप
you be
नहीं करना चाहोगे टाइम ट्रैवल मतलब.
positive, always be positive. Think around the future. Never, I mean, just think around of the past. I mean, it's a waste of time.
ओके, ओके.